This is where it happened. The game had just ended. Some players were celebrating a victory, others were mourning the loss. And that's when a coach walked from the sidelines all the way to this spot and took a knee. That 15 seconds got that coach fired. Welcome to Bremerton, Washington, across the Puget Sound from Seattle. Everywhere you look, you see sparkling water, tall trees, and snow-capped mountains. It's also the focal point of a case that First Liberty Institute has been pursuing for years. We represent Coach Joe Kennedy, who's here with us. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
As you look around this field, you got to have a lot of memories here.
Yes, I got a million of them.
How long were you a coach?
I was a coach here for 8 years. 8.5 years.
In your mind's eye, what do you see from those 8 years you look around this stadium?
A lot of, great memories. The families, the kids being part of their lives, and, just being part of something. It was awesome.
You were interested in doing more than just teaching them the X's and O's and run here and turn left. You wanted to build character into these boys.
That was the most important thing to me. I never really wanted to focus on X's and O's. I think I went 8.5 years without knowing a single offensive play. I was a coach that didn't know anything about football, but I knew about character and team building and discipline and mental toughness. How do you get the most out of them? And that was my passion. That was my joy of my life, was to actually help those guys.
So then it came down to that night when you knew they were watching you. What was going through your mind when you said, here I go, I'm going out right out there to that 50-yard line, I'm going to take a knee?
That almost like a sickening feeling that you have when something is final. I was walking out there and I realized that this is probably the last time I'm ever going to walk onto this field as a coach. And that's what it came down to, was that final moment. And, I don't even know how to explain that, because it was, everything faded. There was nothing else. There was nobody in the stands. There was no kids around, knowing that was it. And I'm going to lose my job by doing this. So I had to have some kind of faith there that it was all going to work out.
Well, we are proud of you, and we're proud to represent you in the battle in the courtroom. And we're cheering you on to victory, Joe.
I couldn't do it without you guys. I would have been lost. I would have been just some guy that got fired. If I didn't have all the people supporting me and, First Liberty representing me, none of this would have been possible.
Semper Fi, man.
Hoorah.
If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. You can do that through YouTube or directly with us on firstlibertylive.com. We'd also be grateful if you'd stop and make a tax-deductible donation while you're there so we can succeed together.